Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. So this video, let me share with you guys this particular post that's going around social media. Let me actually read it to you guys word for word. So it says, married versus divorce, letter to my ex-husband. This picture is when I was married. I saw hell until 2021. I decided to quit the toxic marriage. My parents actually led me into this marriage because I wasn't allowed to make my own choice. I got married to the worst man on earth. We have 2 kids. It all started when I gave birth to our second baby. He started maltreating me for no just cause, complaining how my physical appearance have changed and that he no longer finds me attractive. Saying he picked me from the village. I should go back to my wretched parents' house. This man put me through hell. He wouldn't touch me for months, but instead he will bring in different women to the house and sleep with before my presence. I kept enduring all these things because I was brought up from a Christian home, and I believe marriage is for better and for worse. Hoping and praying also that he will change someday, but instead it got worse. He started abusing me more. That's just when I realized that I could no longer endure. So I opted for a divorce, and he quickly signed the papers because he wanted me out of his life so fast. I left the marriage, taking my kids along. Guess what? Just a few months later, I met the love of my life. Yes, I met the man that was meant for me, who showed me the true meaning of love, and above all, he accepted my kids and treats them like his own. Few months later, we did our traditional marriage and relocated to Canada. It's been more than a year and we are doing just fine. So basically, I want to thank my ex-husband so much for all the torment he put me through and for letting me go so I can meet the true love of my life. I wish him the best of life as well. So, and these are the pictures that are posted along with this story. This story all over social media. Those are the pictures that are posted there. What I find is that people are questioning. She said a few months later she met somebody else. I made another video. I don't know which one I'm going to be posting first. About Funke Akindele's ex-husband. He's into a new marriage now, and he's moving on with his life. And I'm like, you know, he's moving on with his life and everything. I said, if it's a woman that moves on so quickly, you know, we'll be hearing one story. This one, few people. There's some people that are kind of questioning, oh, only few months, whatever. People are not questioning when she said the man was bringing other women into the house and all of that. Let me say it's not a new thing now. Anybody that has been watching my video for a long time knows that I always say it. It's always better for couples to go their separate ways than to delete each other. It's always better for couples to go their separate ways than to hurt each other. Go your separate ways in peace. It's always a million times better. Always. That's what I believe in, and I always stand by that. Because, you know, there is a life after you go your separate ways. There is a life. And you see, I keep saying, unfortunately, our people, typically our Nigerian mentality, think moving on with your life must involve getting married. People may not even get married again, but they can move on. Even move on, being single, like be single and move on and be happy with your life and live happily ever after. Single, live happily. But I don't know, they believe that until you marry again, you have not moved on. You are still struggling. Your life is worse. Your life is whatever. No. So when you hear, it's nice when you, okay, it's nice when I see stories of, okay, they went their separate ways. I'd rather read the story like this than read that the man cheated his wife. You know the area where she mentioned about, oh, she had the baby and the man said she has put on weight and all of that. I see a lot of pressure. It actually happens. There are men that marry a woman and be like, I like her figure like this, and they are not preparing that figure no will remain the same. After a woman has been pregnant for 9 months, twice, even once, the body cannot be the same. But men don't get to be pregnant. They don't get to carry babies. They don't get to have all these bodily changes. For a man to even mock his wife after she has carried their child or children 9 months consecutively and brought these children into the world, to even be the new woman you are going to find outside because she has never had children. When she too will have children, her body will change too. So your woman is no longer beautiful enough to present to your friends and say, look at my wife, because her body has changed. Well, like, it happens. There are men that actually, no longer find their wives attractive, and no longer proud of her, proud to show her off because her body has changed. And they forget how the changing process happened. It didn't just happen. There is something that made the change to happen. Unfortunately, we live in a society where there are not enough consequences for men for their actions in their marriages. A man can choose, not all men can choose to be unfaithful, choose to say, I not do again, get out. There are even some cultures that say it's only a man that can decide when it's over. A woman can never say, I not do again. It's only a man that has the right to say, no do again. A woman must stay there no matter what. Going back to being Osina cheat. Stories like this, you see when she said because she's a Christian, no part of Christianity says you should be receiving beating in your marriage. Oh. I never see that part for Bible. Oh. There is no part of the Bible that tells a man to be beating his wife. But some people use Christianity and cover all these things. That's what I talk about churches. You always hear the pastor talk about wife submit to your husband. They will not tell the man where the Bible said, love your wife as Christ loved the church. And how did Christ love the church? Christ loved the church to the point of giving his life for the church. He went and died for the church. You are supposed to love your wife like that. He said you should love your wife like you love your own self. As you love your own body, is how you should love your wife. If you love yourself, will you punch yourself? Will you beat yourself? Will you mistreat yourself? So why will you do it to a woman you love? If only a lot of these churches will preach this submit. Preach the way they are preaching this submit. They should preach the one the man should. Do you know that the Bible said one of the things that can hinder a man's prayer is if he does not treat his wife right. He said that so that your prayers will not be hindered. It's in the Bible. How often do you hear pastors preach it outside? There are some parts of the Bible that if a lot of men know and they truly believe in this Christianity, they will treat their wives like queens. If you look at the way the Bible has written it, when the woman is submitting, and she's submitting to this amazing love that can never, woman they create that will reject that kind of love. You get my point? The amount of love that the Bible is. Do you know the love of Christ? Do you know what it is as a church? As the church, we are submitting to the love that Christ loves us. It is a beautiful, safe place to be. If the men are taught the Bible the way it is, by the time they hear what the Bible says they should do, no woman that will not submit, because the love that they'll be receiving is too sweet, and the woman will just boom submit completely to this love. But unfortunately, it's not being preached well. It's always women this, women that. They mix tradition and culture inside religion. Ngongo, mix a match and bring it out. That's why there's kata everywhere. The woman is told to stay there no matter what, until when her life ends. They will not say, hey, she should have left, oh. That's what they say then. I saw that story, I wanted to share it because I always say it. I like when they go their separate ways and stay alive. I always say it. It's better. I grew up in a home where parents fought. And I can tell you it's not a nice thing. Till today, if I narrate the story, I get emotional because it left a scar. It's not a pretty sight for children. When we hear stories like this, I like to come here and share it. To show this side and show this side. Let's be showing all the different angles. That whoever is watching can learn and decide, how they want to handle their own. As always, this is how I feel about it. And as always, whatever your opinions are, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.